I'm Roy Lee Lindsay with the North Carolina Pork Council, and I want everyone to remember, bacon makes everything better.
Hey folks, David Glenn of the North Carolina Sports Network coming at you from the 2024 ACC kickoff event in Charlotte. Our coverage sponsored by our friends at the North Carolina Pork Council. As always, our next guest was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, and last year returned to lead the Cardinals that he once quarterbacked as a player as their head coach. In year one, how about 10 wins and a trip to the ACC championship game? We welcome in Coach Jeff Brohm. Coach, welcome to the David Glenn Show. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
You are from a football family. Your dad, Oscar, played quarterback at Louisville. Your brothers are football guys. At what age did you know football was going to be a central part of your future in one way or another?
Well, yes, I grew up around a sports family, so I think I was just around it a whole lot, whether it was football, basketball, baseball, you name the sport, we probably played it. And I just think that when you're around that environment, it makes it fun and entertaining, and it turns you into a competitor. And probably, without question, at an early age, I definitely wanted to play some sports in some capacity.
Fast forward to 2024, your son Brady is a Louisville student, not on your football team. But we have heard former Louisville players talk about Brady. We have heard incoming recruits talk about Brady. How do you get your son to advocate for Louisville football? Because it seems like he's become somehow a central part of what you're doing without being on your coaching staff and without being on your roster.
Well, Brady has a unique personality, really not like me growing up. I was kind of a quiet young man that just loved to play sports. He's the opposite. He loves to talk and communicate and use social media and be around people. Doesn't play sports as much, but loves being around it of all capacities, and gets along great with our coaches and players. So I just think he kind of relates to our players. He relates to recruits. He does a great job volunteering for our team. He doesn't get paid a dime, but he puts in a lot of hours. But he just loves being around the office and being around guys and being around sports, and really just has a lot of fun with it.
You have been described by those who know you well as a down-to-earth guy, and there's a famous story I want to get you on the record on. How many years and miles did you drive the famous 2004 Honda Accord, and when did you eventually turn the page and maybe drive something else now?
Well, I still have the Honda Accord.
You do?
It drives well. It's great gas mileage. It's in good shape. Believe it or not, it was the first car I bought way back in 2004. And I used it for a while. And then, once you get into coaching, you kind of have a courtesy car or dealer car at some spots. And then when I got to Purdue, for whatever reason, in my contract, it was written that you got a stipend instead of a car. I'm like, no, I'd like a car. They said, well, it's already in the contract. So I brought out the Honda Accord, and I've driven it ever since. And without question, we have some other automobiles, but my son likes to drive the good ones, and I get stuck with the Honda.
Jeff Brohm of Louisville is our guest here on the David Glenn Show. There's a famous novel, Coach, written by a guy named Thomas Wolfe, entitled You Can't Go Home Again. You were born and raised in Louisville, former Louisville quarterback. Last year, you did go home again, successfully. How did you pull it off with the benefit of hindsight? Because most first-year coaches are telling us about how they need some time to build something special. You had something special right away.
Well, I think the fact that I'm very familiar with the landscape of Louisville, Louisville sports, the Louisville town, the makeup of the fans and what they want to see. I had an opportunity to come back to Louisville when I was at Purdue after 2 years and turn that down for a multitude of reasons. But, this has been something that maybe had been in the back of my mind for a little bit. Didn't know if it would come about again, but when it did, I just think the time was right. We've been at Purdue for 6 years. We went to the Big Ten championship game, feel like we made progress. And now it's time to, go back and not turn this job down twice. Because I do think that the fans of Louisville, the city of Louisville, means a lot to me. I have a lot of family and relatives and friends that live there. And now, you know what? Now it's about trying to give back to them and make them be a part of a successful, fun program to watch and follow and be a part of. So because of that, it's a responsibility that, you know what, I know they want to win, and I know they want to see great victories and big-time opponents that you play and big victories. So, yeah, I spend a lot of time on it. The pressure is on me to win. I understand that. I accept it. But in the end, you got to get it done. But I think I just have a good feel of what these fans are about and what their makeup is and what makes them happy.
There's a famous old quote, what are you going to do for an encore, right? I don't know if you share internal goals publicly, but in the first year of the expanded college football playoff, do y'all talk about a return trip to the ACC title game or aiming for one of those 12 spots in that playoff?
Well, we don't talk about things a whole lot. It's at the beginning of the season, in one meeting we'll bring up some goals. But beyond that, without question, we want to get to the ACC championship game. We want to get to the 12-team playoff. This is an exciting time in college football for any fan, whether it be a coach, a player, or a fan. You want to experience a 12-team playoff. You want to experience what that's all about. Your fans want to be a part of that. So, every team will be vying to get that done. So the challenge will be in front of us. I think we have a challenging schedule with numerous road games that are very tough that we have to figure out a way to win if we want to get to the end. So, we've got our work cut out for us, but in order to get to that point, you've got to win big football games.
Whether you are moving locally, nationally, or even internationally, and whether you're a residential or commercial customer, please consider our friends at XL Moving and Storage, an award-winning Allied Van Lines agent with offices in Greensboro and Raleigh. Thanks to their 25 years of experience helping North Carolinians all across the state with their moving and storage needs, XL has become the trusted hometown North Carolina moving services company. Our good friends Jim Dorsett and Jody Hatley, along with their hardworking staff, offer customized, tailored relocation and storage solutions to the people of North Carolina and beyond. Visit them online today at xlms.com. That's EXCELMS.com.
Part of the conversation here is related to ongoing lawsuits with Clemson and Florida State, or the financial gap with the Big Ten, your old league, and the SEC, the League of Kentucky, a team you have to play and try to beat every year. As a head coach, do those things complicate your job description as the leader of the Cardinals, even as I know you have tunnel vision on trying to win football games?
I don't think so. I think when I look at the ACC, we've got a great competitive conference with a ton of parity that's had a lot of success. And, are there two teams that are expressing their opinions out loud? Yes. Do you like it? No, you don't. But at the same time, we've got a very good league. Is there a little bit of financial gap now just based on media rights and TV deals? Yes. But other than that, this is competitive football at a great level. It's competitive sports with the other sports across the country as well. We've got really good teams in this conference. Clemson, Florida State, NC State, Miami, us, a bunch of teams that can go out and win at a high level as well. So it's just about going out and proving yourselves. But without question, I think this is a great conference with a lot of really good teams and great schools and some great cities, and we're looking forward to competing in it.
Last thing for you, you haven't been in Louisville for every year of your life, but how many times have you been to the Kentucky Derby, and do you recommend it as a bucket list item for all the sports fans out there?
Well, without question, the Kentucky Derby is a bucket list for anyone. And if you haven't been there, when you go there, you will want to come back. It's that good. The track is fantastic. They continue to rebuild it every year and give new additions that are just off the charts nice. Anyone that comes in, it's become a week-long event. And on Friday and Saturday, it's a Hollywood red carpet event of celebrities and sports figures and icons. And anyone that hasn't been, without question, I would encourage you to come in for the Derby or even that whole week. The whole week is a tremendous experience, a lot of fun, and it's just something that males and females will really love.
Jeff Brohm, thanks for your time on the David Glenn Show.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more from Charlotte after this.